What's up, City Sports Network? I'm here with a Sharks. David, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. It feels good. Always feels good after a win. Always feels a little bit better. A great win in the Shark Tank, the guys. So just trying to enjoy those 2 days off before we get back, back to work and get back to the game plan for next week.
You played Orlando 2 weeks in a row. No disrespect to Orlando whatsoever, but that team it's kind of rocky to say the least. Well, how easy has it been? Not easy, but like playing Orlando.
I would say it was hard mentally, just because you don't know what a team is going to do to you 2 weeks in a row. For me, it felt like one long game. Kind of like in high school, you get a weather delay and then you go back and you finish the game, because it's the exact same team. You know, going out there playing against Southwick, and then Cato comes in. I didn't expect Prince to be at quarterback, but you know, I think the main thing is just staying focused on yourself, staying focused on your goals, what you got to do, and handling your business. You know what I mean? That was the main thing.
For sure. So, kind of going. I know we're going way back here, but going back to your high school days, how was your overall high school experience, and what did your football recruiting process look like?
My football recruiting process was kind of like a whirlwind, because it just started out of nowhere. It was kind of like a tornado. Like, it just touched down, and it just blew everything up. I came out of nowhere. I didn't start playing until my freshman year. So my junior year, going to camps and getting that body development and just becoming a prospect off of 1 year of playing varsity. It was a lot for me, but I was grounded. I had great parents. I had a great support system at the school I was at. Great high school coach, Coach Rack. He's over there at Western right now. Got one of the best high school football programs in Florida. And that's just the way he's always run things. So me, I was kind of the guy, like, I didn't know what was going on. You know what I mean? And I don't like to fake the funk. So I leaned on my coaches, and I was like, I just leaned into what they wanted me to do, you know, while still becoming my own person, but embracing that fully, that you're here to learn, because one, you want to go somewhere really big, and two, you just started playing football. So the best thing to do in that scenario is just do what the coach says to do and do what the play says to do. Figure it out full speed and knock somebody over, and hopefully people like you. They like your attitude when they meet you. My first offer was from UConn and Kansas State. So that kind of, like, I remember that day getting called out of class for the first time was when it kind of hit me. Getting called out of class to see coaches. And that was back when you only had offers if you got a letter signed from the head coach. So that when you got those first two things kind of happen to you in the same week, it's kind of like, whoa, like I'm becoming a little bit of who I want to be right now. You know what I mean?
Where did you end up going to college?
I ended up signing to Wisconsin. I took a visit out there, and with a great recruiter named Charlie Partridge. Right now, he's at the University of Pittsburgh, um, and he's from Plantation. That's a big advantage with these Florida cats. Like, if you can get somebody that can tell them, like, you'll be okay in the snow. Come up here and get on the field. And back, that was when they just really started to play freshmen. Like, kind of right now, when you're recruited and you're a top freshman, it's kind of expected that you come in and contribute a little bit, at least on special teams, consistently throughout the year. But for me, coming in, I was trying to get a jump on everything. So I came in early, tried to get my weight up, and just jumped in with the guys. So that was the biggest thing for me. Was I had just started playing football 3 years prior, and now I'm a freshman in college, and I'm playing a lot. So it just encourages you to do more of what you're supposed to be doing, you know, when things go right for you like that.
I see what you mean. So, um, after your college career, what were your professional opportunities looking like?
So after my grad transfer year at Miami, I got picked up by Tennessee, but they didn't sign me on. I didn't get drafted or PFA. I came to a rookie mini camp workout, and I think there was 90 of us there, and a lot of those guys had had NFL experience before, so it was a little bit, intimidating. But you had to just stand on your square, and stand on business. So I ended up getting signed out of there was like first signed. It was me, John Aikman, Wayman James, and a tight end from Pennsylvania, a guy named David. So that was a great experience for me, man, because Tennessee was kind of the only team that had gave me any love, that was looking at me, and they took a good look at me, came in, and they signed me to a 3 year. Being an undrafted guy, you don't know what your options are going to be. You don't know where your career is going. So that was a good land for me. Stayed there until the preseason. Got a little bit hurt in the preseason, and just been trying to get back ever.
For sure, it looks like
Since, you know what I mean?
for sure. So when did you get into arena football?
Football was kind of like my JUCO, if you will. Like, it was really started out as a thing where it was really just for film. And that was when I was with the Colorado Crush. So signed with the Colorado Crush. I left there for Major League Football. The first, as far as if you play a whole good arena, then that could give you good opportunities to move up. But if you leave early, all the people that are looking for you, it's going to be tough for them to find you. So that kind of happened to me. Then my second time playing, I played with the no, my first team was the Nebraska Danger. Then I went to Colorado, and then I didn't do well with the Nebraska Danger. So then I had to lock in, and then my last arena team was before this was the Salt Lake City expansion team, and I got hurt doing that. So, just at first it was trying to get film. Everybody say you dominate the competition. That's what I've been focusing on. This last year, obviously my first year with the Sharks, and this year just complete domination. And just taking advantage of that.
For sure. So, um, during the Nebraska Danger, did you play with Josh Gable and Drew Powell, or were you there before them?
No, it was Jameel Sewell. Um, Troy Evans was there. Um, kind of before they went on that run. I was there. Was that 2015? I would say 2015, 2016 year.
So the big news, I guess, in arena football is that the AFL is coming back. They have a big announcement on Tuesday. What teams would you like to personally see in the AFL, and what would you like to see from the AFL?
Yeah, no, I remember the AFL days. From growing up watching that stuff as a kid on TV. I'd really like to see the Tampa Bay Storm. Uh, that was a good team back in the day. But of course, man, I'm rocking with Jacksonville all the way, all day. One of the best, oldest franchises, in arena football. So,
For sure. So I'm kind of transitioning here to your off season. I know you're focused on the championship round, but during the off season, what's your routine looking like?
during the off season, what does my what look like?
Your routine.
Oh, okay. So a trainer, so I train kids with my company, Football Tech. That's pretty much my full-time job. Um, so working with the athletes, developing them from a young age, I always tell them it comes back to the fundamentals. So the good thing for me is I get to stay consistent in the weight room. I always have an opportunity to work out. Like I'm always going to some hill or some sand. I live close to the beach, work out there. And it's just, I get a great rotation of different surfaces. I get my weight room in, I get my sprinting in, I get all my plyometrics, all my different power. And going to the chiropractor, shout out to Doc Rob down there and Complete Care in Coral Springs. You taken care of me since college, and just got to get yourself ready uh, to be the healthiest, most flexible version of yourself. The biggest thing I think that's changed in my routine is mobility. You know, getting my mobility up is something we didn't have mobility when I was coming up. You went outside, you did a stretch, and hopefully you're okay. But now we got massage guns, we got this and that. We kind of don't have any excuses. But once the mobility came out, that's what really took my game to a new level, and that's been my main thing. Because if I'm stiff, if I'm not as explosive, most of the times it goes back to the mobility part. So.
For sure. So coming up on my last couple questions here, where do you see yourself in the next 2 or 3 years?
Well, definitely winning a championship with Jacksonville is first and the highest thing on my priority list right now. Finishing the season with double-digit sacks. That's the highest thing on my priority list right now. I would say, the biggest thing in the future is definitely Football Tech. Me and my boy Justin, we're taking it to another level. We got the gloves, we got the apparel, we got the training for the kids. We're stepping into, some bigger things, getting older, having a little bit more influence. Um, so not to give away too much of what we're doing, but definitely keep up with Football Tech because that's the main thing right now. It's not really all about us right now. It's about the future. We're always trying to stay up on the latest and greatest with football, and that's our goal right now is to do that for the kids that I started out coaching. The kids right now that I got a freshman at in the Air Force, Jerry Johnson. I got Valdo Fairweather at Auburn. I coached all those guys coming up. Tatum Bethune, great linebacker out of Florida State. I was one of his first personal trainers. Anthony Solomon's at University of Arizona. Carson Tavarachi is the tight end at USC. So really focusing on pushing my brand, helping those guys get some NIL, and just winning a championship. Whatever team I'm on, that's a team I'll be helping to win a championship. As long as the deal is good, we can get the deal done. But right now, just looking for the company right now.
For sure. So my last question to you is, man, you seem like a very, outgoing, energetic type of person. I know your own business. What is your biggest piece of advice on how to stay positive and locked in on your goals?
The biggest thing I would say is having a great mentor. Trying to figure this thing out on your own is going to be a long process. It's all trial and error. Try to kind of lock in and find an older guy that wants to help you is the main thing. Number one, identifying intention and moving with intent as well. Putting together a plan, sitting down and being organized with a crazy schedule, running around with Justin doing the cooking show, getting the content organized. I would say stay focused on your goals and don't stop until you win. A lot of times, as athletes, we got to help the team win. We got to help our coach look good. And a lot of times we are not caught up enough in helping ourselves and making a long-term plan for ourselves. You know what I mean? So I would say, always always have the next phase in mind, for what you're going to do, whether it's your business, whether you're working out. Like I'm a big, we're doing the cooking show, but I'm a big food guy. And one of the main things I tell Justin, like, we're always planning the next meal. So I just take that same mentality, because I used to work in sales before I started my own company. And I used to do sales for Orange Theory. So we were selling those studio fitness packages, and we used to say it's all about the setup. It's all about the setup. If you set up tomorrow, you don't have to feel desperate and crazy. The same thing goes for the football field. If you learn the playbook, you don't have to feel nervous. You know what plays where you don't have to do as much, and you know what plays you have to get up and go. So that's part of getting older, getting wiser, and that's the biggest thing for me.
For sure. So, David, I really appreciate you, coming on, and I cannot wait.
The volume went down just now for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, man, I think that the internet has been kind of going crazy out here, but I want to appreciate you taking the time coming on the show today. I look forward to seeing you in Jacksonville.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah. I can hear you. So that was David Gilbert from the Jacksonville Sharks. Thank you, David, for coming on the show. Really appreciate his time. And I will catch you guys in the next episode. Go follow David's football company, Football Tech, doing great things with the kids. And yeah, keep tuned, man. David's a great player. So look, when you watch Jacksonville Sharks games, he definitely stands out. So keep an eye out there. I'll see you in the next episode.
I'm a game changer.